This is the second video in this series that I'm doing, and basically what this series is showing you what your business is going to look for and how it will work for you. If you haven't started making a list, start making a list of those things you think you need in your business. And as Mr. Mufara comes out and starts rolling out all the elements that are in this business, you can just start checking them off. And if you get all of them checked off, you're in really, really good shape. Today I'm going to talk about product. You know, when I look at any business, it's probably the first thing that I look at. I know the first video I talked about strategy and scalability, but when I look at a business, this is the first thing I look at is product. Is the product any good? Is it junk? Is it above average? What does it do? Are there people out there that want and need what you're selling? So product is really, really important when you're looking at any business. So I want to delve in to the products that Mr. Mufara is going to be bringing forward. Now, straight up, I don't know the products that Mr. Mufara is going to be bringing forward. He hasn't shared that with anybody yet, but I do know what he's brought in the past, and I can extrapolate from that and kind of give you an idea of the products that are going to be coming at us, the products we are going to be able to sell and make a commission from. And understand, nothing happens in this business unless there is a sale. And that's why the products are so important. You have to make a sale, it has to come into your organization, and you make a commission. That's how we make money. So when we're talking about products, based on what Mr. Mufara has done on the past, we know that Mr. Mufara goes after very, very large markets, very, very large niches. And those niches are multi-billion-dollar niches. Why is that important? You have to have a product that will sustain your growth. In other words, it has to have longevity. And if you don't have a product, if it's just a little poo-poo product that will last, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, it'll saturate the market and then you're done, you really don't have a business. And we want a business. And that's why it's important when we think about what Mr. Mufara has brought forth in the past. They're multi-billion-dollar niches, billion-dollar products. And I'll give you a couple of examples of what he's talked about in the past. And I do believe some of these will be in the future for us, but we have to wait and see until Mr. Mufara brings them forward. The first product I want to talk about is the educational platform. Now, for a lot of people, they think educational platform, well, that's really, really boring, but it really isn't. When you look at the educational platform, that platform today generates over $800 billion in revenue. It is massive, absolutely massive. And when you think about the educational platform and the way it's being developed, what does Ash do? What does Mr. Mufara do when he comes out and looks at a product? He looks at a product, he sees a problem, and then he develops a solution for that problem, and he brings out a product that is superior. It's above market average. And a really, really good... I won't get into the educational platform because it's very, very complicated, but I can talk about HR to give you an idea of what Mr. Mufara does. If you look at HR, Human Resources Department, and this is very, very simple. Again, that's a $36 billion market. In other words, the revenue that comes in with that is $36 billion a year. It's massive. It's massive. But when you look at HR, Human Resources Department, today what most companies do is they go out and they find the different apps that they need to manage the HR department. And they usually have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different apps managing different departments in the HR department. And none of them are connected. So you have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to do all the things you need to do for the employees for that particular company in the HR department. It's really, really tedious. It costs a lot, and there's a lot of manpower involved with that. Well, Mr. Mufara saw that. There's a problem. What's the solution, and how can we develop that solution and then bring it back on the market? Well, the solution is having all the apps that are integrated with AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence comes in, all these different departments are connected. So when you do one thing here and it needs to be done over here, you don't have to get out, go over there, do it there, and then come back. Everything is put across board all the different areas, all the different apps that one app that combines everything. I hope that made sense, guys. Basically, what Mr. Mufara is doing, he's making it easier for people to come in and manage the HR department using the different apps that are connected with AI, and everything's working together. It really is that simple. It's no more difficult than that. So those are products. It's really, really important that our products have a massive appeal out there. People want it, they need it. Even if they don't know it yet, they want it, they need it. And as we come out and we're able to sell the products that Mr. Mufara is going to come out with, we have a massive market. We won't saturate the market, and we will always have a way to move forward with more sales, more commissions, increasing our income. Now, when I talk about what Mr. Mufara is doing with all of the IT products, and these are IT products, informational technology product, they're products online. So there's no inventory. You don't have to have a warehouse of boxes with all kinds of stuff in it. It's all online. And when we start to talk about that, and we start to talk about AI, because he integrates everything with AI, artificial intelligence, most people don't understand that artificial intelligence, it's also a product. Whoa. So we not only have the advantage of coming online, and I believe being able to sell above market products, superior products, but they're attached to AI, which is another product. Now, when you look at AI and you look at the revenue that comes in with AI annually, it's about a $250 billion product. Again, if with just the products I've talked about now, with the educational platform, with the HR platform, with the artificial intelligence, just those alone are over $1 trillion in revenue that comes into companies around the world every year. And we're coming out, we believe, and I believe wholeheartedly, superior products above market value that people need and want, and they will come in, see the quality that's there, and they'll buy. That's over $1 trillion in revenue annually that we get to dip our toe into and see what we can do in those markets. Now, I know a lot of people, you look at this video, and if you haven't seen the previous video on strategy and scalability, you don't understand what Mr. Mufara has done with the platform to allow you to come in and make sales and make a commission. Watch the first video I did if you haven't watched it, and you'll start to understand what Mr. Mufara is doing and why everything he's doing is so revolutionary. And products are a really, really big part of it. I believe the products that Mr. Mufara is going to bring forward, and I say I believe because he hasn't told me what the products are yet, but I know everything that Mr. Mufara does is above market everything. He wants things absolutely perfect, at least as perfect as they can be, and he wants to take care of those problems with solutions. That's what he does. And when you think about people that are online, what are they trying to do today? And this is everybody, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's governments. It's that digital transformation. They want to make it easier, and AI is just absolutely phenomenal at making their job easier. Not their job, but our job too. And that's why it's important to listen to the first video I did on strategy and scalability. It'll give you an eye how these two things tie together. But I'm not done with product. Mr. Mufara, he's going to bring out absolutely terrific products. Whatever product he brings out, he's going to bring it out because he saw a problem and then he found a solution to that problem. And when you do that, people will come in and they will buy. But it's more powerful than that. And this is the difference between Mr. Mufara and most of the corporate companies out there. Most corporations, when they come out with a product, they want to maximize their profits. And it really is short-sighted. Mr. Mufara, as he's come out, he wants to give the best value at the best price he can do to customers, personal, business, government. And when you can lower that price to a point where nobody else will go, all of a sudden, not only do you have a terrific, probably the best product on the market, but you have a price line that people look at and go, whoa, I have to get that. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to come out and they're going to go, okay, the product looks terrific. The price is great. I'm going to give it a try. And they'll give it a try. If it doesn't work, they're gone. Mr. Mufara knows that. If the problem that Mr. Mufara was supposed to solve isn't solved, he's in trouble. He knows all this. The products he brings out will see the problem, will get the solution, and they'll put it out there and people will flock in because of all the reasons that I've talked about. So products are a really, really big deal. And products, they line up with strategy and scalability. Everything that I'm going to be talking about is things you need to look for in your business that will benefit you, that will give you the ability to move forward and develop an income online. That's what this whole series is all about. So I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Hopefully you understand just how powerful products are, especially when you're dealing with very, very large niches with solutions that no one else has come up with, and that's what Mr. Mufareh is doing. So product, really, really a big deal. Tie everything together, start making your list, and as Mr. Mufareh comes out in the next month and starts to tell us what this picture is going to look like, hopefully your picture is right on spot and you have everything that you need to develop a business to give you the ability to change your life, take care of yourself, your family, freedom, liberty, and actually start cash flowing. That's it for today, guys. Have a great week, and we'll chat probably in the next 3 or 4 days. Bye.